Hello everyone, welcome to GS Pulse. In today's video, we'll cover these important current affairs in an exam-oriented way using MCQ and statement-based questions. Let's begin with the first event. nVent opened its first and largest experiential Apple Premium Partner Store at Pitampura in New Delhi. The store spans 3,833 square feet and marks a significant expansion of Apple's premium retail presence through authorized partners. Consider the following question. Where did nVent open its first and largest experiential Apple Premium Partner Store? Option A. Connaught Place, New Delhi. Option B. Pitampura, New Delhi. Option C. Gurugram, Haryana. Option D. Noida, Uttar Pradesh. The correct answer is option B. Pitampura, New Delhi. nVent opened its first and largest experiential Apple Premium Partner Store in Pitampura, New Delhi. Now, consider the following statements regarding Apple Experiential Store. Statement 1. The Apple Premium Partner Store by nVent is located at Unity 1 Elegant Mall and follows an experiential retail format. Statement 2. An Apple Premium Partner Store is a specialized retail format authorized by Apple that focuses on immersive product experiences and expert assistance. Which of the above statements are correct? The correct answer is both Statement 1 and Statement 2. Statement 1 is correct because the store is at Elegant Mall and follows experiential retail format. Statement 2 is also correct, because the store is authorized by Apple. Let's move to the next event. India debuted as the partner country at Gulfood 2026, the global food and beverage sourcing event held in Dubai. The country is leading its largest ever delegation, highlighting India's growing role in the global agri-food supply chain. Consider the following question. At which international event did India debut as the partner country in Dubai? Option A. World Food Expo. Option B. Agri-Tech Global. Option C. Gulfood 2026. Option D. FoodX Middle East. The correct answer is option C. Gulfood 2026. The India debuted as the partner country at Gulfood 2026. Gulfood is a global food and beverage sourcing event held in Dubai. Now, consider the following statements regarding Gulfood 2026. Statement 1. India is leading its largest ever delegation at Gulfood 2026 with 161 exhibitors and a pavilion spread over 1,434 square meters. Statement 2. Gulfood is an annual global food and beverage sourcing event held in Dubai that brings together producers, exporters, and buyers worldwide. Which of the above statements are correct? The correct answer is both Statement 1 and Statement 2. Statement 1 is correct as it describes India's scale of participation at Gulfood 2026. Statement 2 is also correct as it explains what Gulfood is accurately. Let's move to the next event. Alwar in Rajasthan is set to get a new biological park that will house more than 400 wild animals belonging to 81 different species. The park aims to strengthen wildlife conservation and tourism infrastructure in the region. Consider the following question. Which city is set to get a new biological park with over 400 wild animals? Option A. Jaipur. Option B. Udaipur. Option C. Kota. Option D. Alwar. The correct answer is option D. Alwar. Alwar in Rajasthan will get a new biological park. The park will house more than 400 wild animals of 81 species. Now, consider the following statements regarding Alwar Biological Park. Statement 1. The biological park in Alwar will be developed in the Thar Desert region of Rajasthan. Statement 2. The National Capital Region includes only Delhi and parts of Uttar Pradesh. Which of the above statements are correct? The correct answer is neither statement 1 nor statement 2. Statement 1 is incorrect because the park will be developed in the Kati-Ghati region of Alwar district, not the Thar Desert. Statement 2 is incorrect as the National Capital Region also includes parts of Rajasthan and Haryana, in addition to Delhi and Uttar Pradesh. Let's move to the next event. The Orissa state government has imposed a comprehensive ban on gutkha, pan masala, and all tobacco-containing products. The ban aims to strengthen public health enforcement by covering all stages of production and sale of such products. Consider the following question. Which state government has imposed a comprehensive ban on gutkha, pan masala, and all tobacco-containing products? Option A, Orissa. Option B, Bihar. Option C, Jharkhand. Option D, West Bengal. The correct answer is option A, Orissa. The Orissa state government has imposed a comprehensive ban. The ban includes gutkha, pan masala, and all tobacco-containing products. Now, consider the following statements regarding Orissa tobacco ban. Statement 1. The ban in Orissa covers manufacture, processing, storage, transportation, distribution, and sale of gutkha and tobacco products. Statement 2. Gutkha and pan masala are non-tobacco products and are not linked to serious health risks. Which of the above statements are correct? The correct answer is statement 1 only. Statement 1 is correct as the ban explicitly covers all stages from manufacture to sale. Statement 2 is incorrect because gutkha and pan masala often contain tobacco and are linked to oral cancer and other serious diseases. Let's move to the next event. National Voters' Day is observed every year on the 25th of January to mark the Foundation Day of the Election Commission of India. The 16th edition was celebrated on the 25th of January 2026, commemorating the 75th anniversary of the Election Commission of India. Consider the following question. National Voters' Day is observed every year on which date? Option A, the 26th of January. Option B, the 25th of January. Option C, the 15th of August. Option D, the 2nd of October. The correct answer is option B, the 25th of January. National Voters' Day is celebrated annually on the 25th of January. This date marks the Foundation Day of the Election Commission of India. Now, consider the following statements regarding National Voters' Day. Statement 1. The 16th National Voters' Day marked the centenary anniversary of the Election Commission of India. Statement 2. The Election Commission of India is an autonomous constitutional body responsible for conducting elections in India. Which of the above statements are correct? The correct answer is statement 2 only. Statement 1 is incorrect because the 16th National Voters' Day commemorated the 75th anniversary, not the centenary. Statement 2 is correct as the Election Commission of India is an autonomous constitutional authority responsible for conducting elections. Let's move to the next event. The foundation stone of India's first integrated private satellite plant was laid at Khoraj in Sanand, Gujarat. This marks a significant step in strengthening private sector participation in India's space manufacturing ecosystem. Consider the following question. The foundation stone of India's first integrated private satellite plant was laid at which place? Option A, Sriharikota, Andhra Pradesh. Option B, Bengaluru, Karnataka. Option C, Khoraj in Sanand, Gujarat. Option D, Mahendragiri, Tamil Nadu. The correct answer is option C, Khoraj in Sanand, Gujarat. India's first integrated private satellite plant is coming up at Khoraj in Sanand, Gujarat. The foundation stone for this facility has already been laid at this location. Now, consider the following statements regarding private satellite plant. Statement 1. The satellite plant will focus on indigenous manufacturing of satellites and advance optical payloads by the private sector. Statement 2. Integrated private satellite plants represent end-to-end satellite manufacturing under one roof and highlight growing private participation in India's space sector. Which of the above statements are correct? The correct answer is both Statement 1 and Statement 2. Statement 1 is correct as the plant aims at indigenous satellite and optical payload manufacturing. Statement 2 is also correct because integrated private satellite plants enable end-to-end manufacturing and reflect increased private sector participation. Let's move to the next event. Former India defender Ilyas Pasha passed away at the age of 61, leaving behind a distinguished legacy in Indian football. He was known for his contributions at both domestic and international levels, especially during a successful phase of Indian club football. Consider the following question. Which former Indian footballer passed away at the age of 61, as reported recently? Option A. Subrata Pal. Option B. Bhaichung Bhutia. Option C. Bruno Coutinho. Option D. Ilyas Pasha. The correct answer is option D, Ilyas Pasha. The demise of former India defender Ilyas Pasha at the age of 61. He was a prominent figure in Indian football with several major titles to his name. Now, consider the following statements regarding Ilyas Pasha passed away. Statement 1. Ilyas Pasha won the Durand Cup titles while playing for Mohan Bagan Football Club. Statement 2. The Durand Cup is a football tournament established in the 21st century and held biennially in India. Which of the above statements are correct? The correct answer is neither Statement 1 nor Statement 2. Statement 1 is incorrect because all Durand Cup titles won by Ilyas Pasha were with East Bengal Football Club. Statement 2 is incorrect as the Durand Cup was established in 1888 and is held annually, not biennially. Let's move to the next event. The Punjab government launched the Mukhyamantri Sehat Yojana as a universal health insurance scheme. It offers cashless medical treatment coverage of up to 10 lakh rupees per family to residents across the state. Consider the following question. Which scheme was launched by the Punjab government to provide cashless health insurance coverage to families? Option A. Mukhyamantri Sehat Yojana. Option B. Ayushman Bharat Yojana. Option C. Sarbat Sehat Bima Yojana. Option D. National Health Mission. The correct answer is option A. Mukhyamantri Sehat Yojana. The Punjab government launched the Mukhyamantri Sehat Yojana. It is a universal health insurance scheme providing cashless treatment to families. Now, consider the following statements regarding Sehat Yojana launch. Statement 1. The Mukhyamantri Sehat Yojana provides free cashless healthcare coverage of up to 10 lakh rupees per family. Statement 2. Under the Mukhyamantri Sehat Yojana, beneficiaries must pay hospital expenses first and later seek reimbursement from the government. Which of the above statements are correct? The correct answer is Statement 1 only. Statement 1 is correct as the scheme offers free cashless healthcare coverage up to 10 lakh rupees per family. Statement 2 is incorrect because cashless healthcare means expenses are settled directly without upfront payment by patients. Let's move to the next event. Hindustan Aeronautics Limited laid the foundation stone for a new maintenance, repair and overhaul hub at Missimari in Assam. The facility aims to strengthen indigenous defense maintenance capabilities and reduce dependence on foreign MRO services. Consider the following question. Where did HAL lay the foundation stone for its new MRO hub? Option A. Missimari in Assam. Option B. Bengaluru in Karnataka. Option C. Nashik in Maharashtra. Option D. Hyderabad in Telangana. The correct answer is option A. Missimari in Assam. HAL laid the foundation stone of the new MRO hub at Missimari in Assam. The project is meant to enhance India's indigenous defense maintenance infrastructure. Now, consider the following statements regarding HAL MRO hub. Statement 1. The new MRO hub at Missimari will support Army aviation and Indian Air Force platforms. Statement 2. An MRO hub mainly focuses on the manufacture of new military aircraft for export purposes. Which of the above statements are correct? The correct answer is Statement 1 only. Statement 1 is correct as the Missimari MRO hub will support Army aviation and Indian Air Force platforms. Statement 2 is incorrect because an MRO hub provides maintenance, repair and overhaul services, not aircraft manufacturing. Let's move to the next event. A Pixel-led consortium signed an agreement with InSpace to build and operate India's first privately led national Earth observation satellite constellation. This marks a major step toward private sector participation in India's national Earth observation capabilities. Consider the following question. Who signed an agreement with InSpace to build and operate India's first privately led national Earth observation satellite constellation? Option A. ISRO-led consortium. Option B. Pixel-led consortium. Option C. DRDO-led consortium. Option D. ANTRI-led consortium. The correct answer is option B. Pixel-led consortium. A consortium led by Pixel signed the agreement with InSpace. The project involves building and operating India's first privately led national Earth observation satellite constellation. Now, consider the following statements regarding private EO constellation. Statement 1. The Pixel-led project represents India's first government-owned national Earth observation satellite system. Statement 2. InSpace acts as a regulator and promoter for private sector participation in India's space ecosystem. Which of the above statements are correct? The correct answer is Statement 2 only. Statement 1 is incorrect because the project is a privately led national Earth observation system, not government-owned. Statement 2 is correct, which states that InSpace promotes and regulates private sector participation in India's space ecosystem. That brings us to the end of today's important current affairs. If you found this video helpful, do like the video and subscribe to GS Pulse for daily exam-focused current affairs. Take care of your health. Stay consistent with your preparation, and let's connect again in the next video.